Week's Athlete Profile brought to you by the all-new Cooper Discoverer AT3 tires.
I remember when I kid, I have a dream to be a bull rider and to be with the best bull riders here in the United States. And I'm here today, and I got my dream coming true, you know, my American dream coming true. I'm a world champion.
This is for a world title. Nothing. Marchi's got it. He's your world champion. Well, there has been no one better in the history of the PBR. Look at those numbers, the top six, but the gap between number one Guilherme Marchi at 632 and the number two man, Mike Lee, is glaring. Over 100 qualified rides separate them, and in a good year, that's 40 to 45 rides in a good year for the top riders in the world. But Marchi's best, 75 qualified rides as he preps aboard Slam Dunk and Leah yesterday when he came in for the meetings with our whole crew. We've seen Guilherme be emotional, but yesterday he was just all smiles.
If you can say that a bull rider is effervescent, that's how Guilherme came into the room. But what stood out for me when he was talking about his retirement is that he made it very clear that he could certainly ride for a couple of more years. He's able to do so mentally and even physically, but the amount of work that he would have to put in physically is a bit daunting at this point. He wants to retire on his own terms. And then when he started sharing the perspective of mental toughness needed in the sport, and maybe you guys could talk a little bit about how there are a lot of young Brazilians now with the talent that Guilherme has, but he feels may not have the same mental fortitude that he's had over the years.
Well, I mean, for me, it's like saying you see great receivers coming along, and it doesn't matter how great they are or how much potential they show. Are they going to be Jerry Rice? You know, I mean, it takes a lot to do what this guy has done.
And you guys will never ever hear me say of a record that will not be broken. Marchi holds one that may never be broken. With the amount of rides that he's had at this level, I don't know if you will ever see a guy come along that has the mental toughness, the heart to try, and the ability to do what he's done.
80% of them won't get that many outs at this level.
Against Slam Dunk, a bull that only has 2 outs at this level. Marchi now on the clock. He was excited about this opportunity.
This bull does not look good for Marchi on paper, and hey, I'm as big a Guilherme Marchi fan as there is, but Marchi does have a weakness, and this bull's going to prey on that.
Now down to 7. Hello, 633. Ty, you were hinting at the weakness. I think you might have thought that bull would go left, but instead, Slam Dunk went into Marchi's house to the right.
Big mistake for this bull right here, and this bull usually really likes the left, really blows out of there, and today, for whatever reason, he makes the mistake and goes the other direction. You don't do that with Guilherme Marchi.
And what's so impressive to me, when we watch this back, there's a chance in here in this ride about halfway through where Marchi's a little to the outside. We've seen it at times tonight where guys have picked their head up and weren't able to finish. Look at this guy right here. This is what it takes to be one of the all-time greats in the sport of professional bull riding.
It is the last World Finals he will compete in. He starts it off perfectly. Let's send it to Leah.
You said yesterday that you wanted to end the finals 100%, but this is one of those starts, right?
Of course, Leah, I've been preparing myself to be here. Lord, I credit to Robson Palermo. I'm with him for a month, and we've been working out together. And also to my wife, Maria, my son, little Guilherme, JG, Manu, my daddy, my mom, my brother, everybody. How this long in my career. Thank you all.
Night number 1, Craig. There's Guilherme.
86.5, good enough to move him all the way to second, right behind Chase Outlaw. And of course, he's got to thank one of his sponsors, Monster Energy. We move on to our next rider, hoping to either match or